The chairman of the Rules Committee, Chair recognizes Chairman Meadows for the balance of the chairman's time. House will be in order.
Thank you, Mr.
Meadows.
Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, I have one regret, and that I wasn't able to follow Al. I thought last year I did one heck of a job, being as emotional as I possibly could, and being the normal horses fanny that I am. I appreciate everybody coming up here and giving their opinions. I think some of them are misplaced. We're talking about a lot of different stuff here. But the cold hard facts, this is about two things. They're called constitutional amendments, 2 and 4, nothing else. It's the private property rights that you have, that you can tell anybody that you don't want a gun on your property, you don't want whatever on your property. If that person or those persons don't want to hear that, you have access to the sheriff and the courts. This is about the Second Amendment. This is about 21-year-olds, not about teenagers. It's not about that sophomore in college. It has nothing to do with campus carry. We passed that bill. This has to do with the right of a 21-year-old citizen to apply for and get a license to carry. Oh, by the way, you have to be a law-abiding citizen. Have you noticed that most of the time when you read and hear the news, it is a bad guy that's doing it? What we're talking about is the good guys. Law-abiding Georgians. Can we trust them? I certainly hope so. They put y'all here. Are we responsible? Y'all, I told you at the beginning of the session, I'm 69 years old. I grew up in turbulent times in the late 50s and 60s. Went through college thinking I was a hippie. But then a little something extra happened to me on the way, and it was the Marine Corps. Whether you like them or not, and I always say that I passed the dumb test. I went into the Marine Corps. I found out there wasn't any black, there wasn't any white, there wasn't any gray, there wasn't any beige. There's green. And as far as I'm concerned, y'all are all green. Don't make a difference. I read some of the stuff. Y'all, you talk about your emails. I get probably more than the rest of them did combined. I have another little spot that I stand in this house. And some of the responses that came my way were very well thought out, whether they were for or against. Some of them weren't so well thought out. Some of the stuff that was put on the desk today. And I tell you that I've worked with these people for nearly a year and a half to come up with a good Second Amendment bill. And then I get the Interface Coalition Against Gun Violence. I don't know anybody that is for gun violence. I don't care if they're a Republican, a Democrat, or an independent. I don't care if they served on this committee or whatever. I don't know anybody that's for gun violence. We can all fix the scenarios, the what ifs, and what if somebody had in these terrible situations that's taken in. Those days are gone. This gives opportunities for school systems, not anybody else. They're boards of education, if they want to. If. Not they must, they shall. If they want to go to the expense of arming a teacher. And one of the worst words I can say, training. But you know something? Your policemen and your sheriffs, they've all been trained. So if I think that there's somebody guarding or protecting my children, I'm okay with that, because I can't afford to get a police officer. We've had more input on this thing than Carter's got pills from those associations across the state that either agree with us or don't agree with us. And it's time to vote. How are you going to vote? I'm not going to get up here and go through with several of y'all remember Dodge City and the OK Corral. We're not going to go there. I'm going to finish by saying that this is a Second and Fourth Amendment bill, nothing else. I would like for you to support it. I know that some of you can't, and for the right reasons, you can't. But when you look at these things and look at the polls that we supposedly hear about, y'all, you can make a poll say anything you want to. You go to South Georgia, North Georgia, and take some of those same polls, and I swear you ain't going to get no 80%er. But I'm going to leave you with something, and I left it with you last year. And this is the official oath of Georgia State Representative. And I'm not going to read it all. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of this state and of the United States. Paragraph. Another paragraph, so help me God, not so help me Popeye, not so help me Ronald Reagan, not so help me Jimmy Carter, it's so help me God. I am a citizen of the state of Georgia and a member of the General Assembly. I do hereby solemnly swear and affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of Georgia. I ask you to do your job. Thank you.
Gentleman has yielded the well. Shall this bill now pass? All those in favor of the passage of House Bill 875 will vote aye. Those opposed will vote no, and the clerk will unlock the machines. Have all members voted? If so, the clerk will lock the machine on the passage of House Bill 875. The ayes are 119, the nays are 56. This bill, having received the requisite constitutional majority, is therefore passed.